Hey everyone, welcome back. I believe I have an encouraging word, and this is piggybacking on a word that I gave about October, and I think it was a breakout in October 2024. And I thought about that just for a second, began pondering it, and the Lord started showing me more that in October in 2024, there's going to be a shift, and He gave me like this vision of a shifting, and He was using racing terms. And so, make sure this is going. So, He showed me it would shift from a NASCAR driving stage or setting, where NASCAR is doing one big loop over and over and over. I think like the Daytona 500, you do like 500 laps, 200 miles an hour, but there's just one turn and you keep on going around. And that requires tremendous amount of skill. But the Lord was showing me there's going to be a shift in October. And the shift will go from a NASCAR type setting racing map or layout into more like a Formula One racing setting, where there'd be the difference between NASCAR and Formula One is that you have a lot more turns. You'll have straightaways where you can go 200 miles an hour. Then you got to slow down, hit the brakes, and go much slower on a lot of different turns. And some of these racing maps can be in through cities, and you'll race through the city, okay? And so it requires a lot more acceleration, stopping, and turns in both directions. It's a lot more versatile. And I feel like there's going to be a shift in October where we will launch out of a NASCAR driving setting into a Formula One. And then He gave me this vision and this scene in my mind of Jeff Gordon. I saw Jeff Gordon standing by his car. And if you know Jeff Gordon, he's a famous NASCAR driveway. And he's leaning against the car and he's smiling, he's happy. And he's got a colorful car. It was a cool setting, number 24, I believe. And then I see him in the next stage, and he's got the champagne bottles given to him, but he refuses the champagne bottle. And there's like a determination on his face. He refuses to celebrate that. He goes over and sits in a Formula One car, puts on the helmet, and begins driving a new car, a new Formula One car. This can also represent some destinies for some people. There will be a shift, and this will play out in different ways for different people depending where you are in life. And so he's driving a Formula One car. This is a new car. This is a new setting. It's got new features, new capabilities. I think they can turn quicker, faster, high acceleration rates. And what I notice is as he begins driving, he's driving through like a city now. Instead of a NASCAR circle, he is in a totally new type of map stage setting. So he's driving and it's at night. And a lot of times at night, that can represent a faith walk, because we walk by faith, not by sight. And at night, when you get a dream or a vision, or at night, it can represent you're in a faith setting. You can't always see the next step, but you need to go. You need to trust God and stay in faith. Trust Jesus. He knows what He's doing. And as he's driving, as Jeff Gordon's driving, I see lights and traffic lights. And I see blue lights, and it's pretty cool. And he's beginning to enjoy this. He drives at night for a while. And then all of a sudden, the blue sky opens up. He enters into a blue sky moment, shifts into like fourth gear, and just takes off. Moments later, I see him crossing the finish line, and the finish line says champion. And so as God begins to transition us into October, in October, at this shift in October, there will be a transition phase of faith. Sometimes we'll have to walk in faith as we begin to like shift into this new thing. And then it'll open up and you'll see clearly and you'll be able to take off. And the purpose of this is for God to make us a champion, to make us champions. And I believe many people watching, what I say right now is the love of God. Trust the love of God and the favor of God, and trust those promotions, that they're good things. You can walk and step into these things. God is setting up us for, even some of you are going to be given promotions into like generals of the faith, general rankings, and that, however that fits, that you will be given the opportunity to become a general in the Lord's army and in life, which means you have a lot of responsibility, a lot of abilities, and be able to really expand the kingdom of light. So I just wanted to share that word. October, there's a shift coming from NASCAR to Formula One, and that God has awesome things, and we can drive those new cars He's given us and win the race and be a champion for Jesus. That's what he wants to do. All right. Love you guys.